What up, friends? How are you doing? Hang on. Hello, friends. Hey, how are you? So I wanted to do this part of the video separate because it is about serious topics, okay? And concerning my Jazzy life. Stay hydrated, friends, okay? So in one of Jazzy's videos, she did one shouting out Philip's baby mama, okay, the mother of Philip, little Phil. And she has about 7 or 8 kids. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't remember her name, but it's Philip's baby mama, the one that has Philip Jr. In that live, Jazzy is saying, oh, knowing damn well she introduced this woman to us, people were going to eat her alive. They fucking knew it. I mean, she fucking knew it, and she did it on purpose. So she's telling us to leave her alone and let her do her videos. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Okay, Philip is a changed man. Really? Why does he only watch your fucking kids? Why does he only take care of your kids? What about Asia's kids? What about Asia's kids? The woman he assaulted, his victim. The reason he's on paper, the reason he has it, his little past, is because of her. He can't even bother to see those children. He's already fucked with her enough, traumatizing her. He can't see the children. He only spends time with your children because they are the celebrities. That's the only reason. Only for a paycheck. Typical fucking pimp activity, okay? And then this woman, he doesn't even see little Phil. He doesn't even see those kids. And you're trying to tell us to shut the fuck up and watch her? No, we don't want to watch her. How about that? We don't want to watch her, and we don't care if she's not affiliated. If we don't want to watch her, we don't want to fucking watch her. But why are you capping for that pimp that you were an accomplice? You knew what he was fucking doing, and he was paying your fucking rent with that fucking money that he was getting off of Asia. And if I have her name wrong, I am so sorry. It's Washington is your last name. First name is Asia, I believe. How in the fuck are you going to be capping for? He's a changed man. Then why the fuck doesn't he see his kids? Why doesn't he see his other kids besides yours, the ones he can make up money off of? Answer that fucking question. And you can't force us to do anything. And we can feel however we feel about Phil. He's a dirty, fucking disgusting man for what the fuck he did. And he's convicted. It's not like allegedly. He fucking did it. He did time for it. He's a registered sex offender because of what he did to Asia. He held her captive or against her will, pimped her out, and paid your fucking rent with the fucking money. Don't fucking tell us what the fuck to do. And if you don't notice, because of that, him being a pimp and your piss poor parenting is why the fuck you don't have views. That's why you're not going anywhere. That's why you're going to stay where the fuck you're staying. What has changed from you? From back then, from when you let this fucking dumbass, ugly-ass pimp convince you into watching somebody else's kids that he was out pimping? Like, what has changed since then? That's how we know for sure, or we feel we know for sure, that Hips isn't even fucking there. Because you don't demand anything from these people. You just take whatever the fuck time they give you, once a week, twice a week, whatever the fuck. You'll take it, as long as it's fucking attention. You are stupid. You're stupid, and you're allowing that behavior, so you fucking deserve it. You deserve it because that's what you think you are worth. You have such low self-esteem. You don't think you deserve anything better than 1 day a week or whatever the fuck Chris is doing. Because I know he's not living there. We all know he's not living there. So you can stop lying about that. You can already stop lying about that. And we know he doesn't help you. That's why you're so stressed out. But don't fucking force us to watch anybody we don't want to watch. And don't be capping for him. He's a fucking disgusting pervert is what the fuck he is. And he couldn't even bother, because I believe that's why there was a warrant out for his arrest, allegedly, I believe, because he didn't register as a sex offender. And that's why he might be back in jail or on the run or something like that. Didn't she allegedly go to the hotel to pick up the money from Phil? Yes. Yes, she's an accomplice. She was an accomplice with him. She knew what the fuck she was doing. And that's why when Asia came out, remember she did the interview with Yanni Bonnie B, and it came out that she was the talent. That Asia was the talent, and fucking what's her name was watching the kids like a fucking stupid ass. She knew what was going on, but she didn't give a fuck. She didn't care. And she was probably mean to little Quincy too. I bet you anything. The way Liv treats little AJ is the way she was fucking treating Quincy. I bet you anything. But we're not gonna fucking, just because you're over there, Captain Save a Hoe for fucking Phil, don't fucking give us that bullshit. Like, come on. Where's he hiding? Where's he at if he's so fucking innocent? If he's so fucking innocent, where the fuck is he? Why has he been hiding ever since somebody said, I can't remember where, was it Lipstick Alley? When it came out that he was on the run for not registering as a sex offender. Like, who the fuck is he? And then he has the nerve to admit that Viola Davis is his cousin. The audacity. The audacity. You know, in every family, there's a Phil. Every family has a Phil, a pimp. But I'm like, this woman is not fucking trying to tell us what the fuck to do. And that we need to, you know, he's a changed man. No, he isn't. He hasn't accepted what the fuck he did. He has no remorse because he doesn't even register as a sex offender because he feels he's not a sex offender. I bet you anything that's why he doesn't register as a sex offender, because he feels that he's not one. I bet you anything. Because they were in a relationship, whatever. I used to work at a hotel. And there was a couple just like them. It wasn't them, but they were from North Carolina. And they would go from hotel to hotel, from state to state, until they would get kicked out and they go to the next state over and go back home. You know, you know, and then they'd be doing that's when Backpage was still a thing. They were a couple, but he was pimping her out. Man, you should have seen when an undercover cop, oh my gosh, it was a whole thing. It was a whole fucking show. Okay, this lady put an ad on, right? And one of the tricks was coming to the hotel in the middle of the night. She had like a steady flow of people, okay? These are different people, not the same people. These are totally different people. And I was off for those 2 days. And when I came back, the manager was like, don't extend her. Get her out of here. He would always tell me that because he doesn't know how to talk to people. He doesn't know how to get people out. He doesn't know how to talk nice to people and get them the fuck out, you know? So he would always leave it for me. So I was off for 2 days. And then I come back and he's like, get her out. I don't want her here. I don't want to see her anymore. And I'm like, all right. Well, it turns out she had a trick and it was an undercover cop. The whole place was surrounded. FBI. It was a whole fucking thing. And then that motherfucker, that dude, the pimp, fucking left her there. He jumped out the back door, fucking took off and left her there with all the charges. Left her there and had the fucking nerve to come like 3 days later trying to get his stuff. I'm like, what stuff? I knew what he did. I know he was a pimp and all that stuff, but he fucking let her go down like that. I was like, what shit? What stuff? Girl, I was trolling in her life. Oh, you were? I'm glad you were. What were you saying, Toby? I love when I do that. I'm like, man, because they get all worked up, right? You know what? They like to troll us all the time. So, I mean, come on. Like, why? Why are you trying to come over here and tell us what the fuck to do? You don't even have control of your own man, and you're over here trying to tell us, oh, just leave her alone, and you need to forgive Will or whatever, or start watching him. He's a changed man. He ain't a changed fucking man. He can't even do what he's told. He was released out of prison under certain conditions. One of them was to register as a sex offender, and he didn't even fucking bother doing that. Come on. And she says that the kids, they can't go to, you know, they can't do basketball or whatever because they told him that they couldn't go or whatever. Well, hell yeah. My nieces and nephews are in sports. You damn fucking sure believe if my niece and nephew and those kids were playing on the same team, opposing team, you're damn right. He wasn't even registering as a sex offender. Stupid. You think I'm gonna let these little kids be? He's over there in the fucking bleachers watching these kids. You think I'm gonna let my nieces and nephew be fucking exposed to that shit? They're supposed to be staying out of trouble, keeping busy, playing sports. It's not my fault. I know I don't feel bad. Whoever did that was in the right because he was not registering as a sex offender. So, yeah, whoever told on Phil for going to the games or whatever, good for you because you just saved all those children. I told her if she's going on vacay with the kids, put the camera down and stop using them for content. Yes, and you know that's the only reason why they're going, because people be saying, how come you don't take your kids nowhere? Like last year when she took him to SeaWorld, oh my gosh, that was like a whole fucking production for her. She's crazy. But I'm glad because those are innocent children. And he's not supposed to be around kids like that. He's not even supposed to be around schools. But had he been registering as a sex offender, I mean, they had every right to kick those kids off of there. They could have just banned him. They probably just banned him. And she's like, oh, well, you're banning him. You're banning us. Dumbass. Oh, my gosh. She needs to stop. She needs to stop capping for these guys because she's a stupid ass biatch for having their backs, you know? Like, why couldn't she just go to the games by herself? Her and whatever the girlfriend's name is. Like, why does Phil have to go? He's not supposed to be around children because of his own actions. That's not the people's fault. Who came up here and told us about that? We didn't know. We didn't know anything until it was online. And then, of course, we shared it amongst each other. I mean, hello. We're here in Texas. I didn't feel safe. I did not feel safe when I heard he was coming out. It's Viola's husband. That's his cousin. Oh, okay. By marriage. That's what I thought. I knew there couldn't be blood related. She told me everything is She said that to you, that everything is content. I told her, like, when you told the YouTube streets that the girls had UTIs. Exactly. And that's going to follow her babies till they're older. Like, come on. As little as my channel is, my son was getting drama because of my videos. And my videos are nothing compared to this bitch's. So I can only imagine what her kids are going through, you know. And she doesn't care. She doesn't care if they have a hard time at school. She's crazy. She is so crazy. And I hope at the end, whenever her 15 minutes of fame or whatever, 5 minutes of fame, whatever it is, whenever it's over and she looks back and she sees what the fuck her life is, what the fuck it was, they couldn't have a normal life. I hope it's worth it. I hope it's worth it. And this is all just because she don't want to go clock in anywhere. She doesn't want to get a 9 to 5 for whatever reason. She has a degree, regardless of what type of degree it is. She's got a degree. She can put it to use and she could do things. So let me call you right back, okay?